Green in garden, fresh on table. Welcome to Asian Garden to Table. This video will include more detailed and specific information for germinating gourd seeds. In Asia, summer is a great season for all kinds of gourd and melon, such as cucumber, winter squash, winter melon, fuzzy melon, bottle gourd, bitter melon, Luffa gourd, and so on. They usually like warm and hot weather and require long growing season. Gardeners in the area with short growing season will need to start the seeds early indoor. We all know that usually seeds need water, oxygen, and proper temperature to germinate. Some gourd seeds are easy to germinate, such as cucumber, winter squash, and so on. Some need assistance in order to make germination happen. Here we will focus on these difficult gourd seeds. First, soak the seeds in about 140-degree hot water and let it cool down in room temperature. Continue to soak for 8 to 12 hours. Hot water will help to soften the hard coat and will also disinfect the seeds. Second, clip a small open on the hard coat to help water and oxygen to get through. If you clip the open before soaking, only soak in water at room temperature because hot water may burn the exposed embryo. Or you can clip the open after finishing soaking in the first step. I found that it is easier to break the coat after soaking. Next question is where to open the coat. The easiest way is to open at the end away from the germ, which usually is smooth and round. This way you will have less risk to damage the seeds. Use nail clipper, carefully clip off a piece of coat just enough to see the cotyledon inside. This method works well for winter melon, Luffa, bitter melon, and bottle gourd. The clipped open seeds germinate earlier and more consistently compared to non-open ones. Fuzzy melon is one of the most difficult seeds to germinate. The method above does not work well for them. I usually just sow fuzzy melon seeds directly in potting mix and let them take time to germinate. It can take 2 weeks up to 8 weeks, depending on varieties and environment temperature. Is there any way to make fuzzy melon germinate faster and better? I ran a small test in order to answer this question. I soaked fuzzy melon seeds in water for the same time and divided them into 3 groups. The first group with no clipping. The second group clip and open away from the germ. The third group carefully break the coat on the germ end. These seeds then were wrapped in a wet paper towel and put in a loose plastic bag at about 86 degrees for 3 weeks. In group 1 and 2, one variety of fuzzy melon germinated in 2 weeks, but the other 2 never did. In group 3, one variety germinated in 5 days, the other 2 germinated in 10 days. Here let me show you how to break the coat at germ end without damaging the seeds. Use a small nail clipper to carefully clip off a piece of coat at the side next to the germ. Then use your nail to break the coat toward the germ. A small piece one time until you see the germ exposed. Do not damage it. Give it a little practice. It is easier than you think. I tried this method on the other gourds such as Luffa, bottle gourd, bitter melon, and so on. These seeds germinated even faster than the other method mentioned above. Now we have our seeds soaked and clipped. We will need to keep our seeds moist, breathable, at right temperature. Wrap a seed in wet paper towel and put into a loose folded plastic bag. This will keep certain moisture in the bag at the same time still allow the seeds access to air. Summer gourd seeds usually need some high temperature to break dormancy before germinating. One of the reasons that a lot of gardeners have problems to germinate their gourds indoor in early spring is the temperature is not high enough. This chart is a summary of proper germinating temperature for gourds and melons for your information. Winter squash and cucumber are easy to germinate. Here is a reminder for bottle gourd. It is important to keep temperature around 77 degrees. Temperature too high or too low will make germination slow and have a low rate. Bitter melon, winter melon, fuzzy melon, Luffa, and watermelon require higher temperature to germinate. For starting seeds indoor, room temperature usually is not high enough. Find a warmer place in your house to germinate these seeds. For example, on top of a router, DVR, computer host, air conditioning heat outlet, oven with light on, and so on. Any place has a little bit higher temperature than room temperature for 24 hours. I put my seeds on top of our DVR, which maintain the temperature around 86 degrees very well. Now after all the work mentioned above is done, gourd seeds will germinate easy and fast. You should see the seeds grow white root from 2 days to a week. Fuzzy melon may take up to 2 weeks depending on varieties. Check the seeds every day to make sure the paper towel is still wet. If half of the seeds grow white root, transfer all of them in potting mix. Dig a small hole, place the seed with the root pointing down. Cover with potting mix just enough to bury the seeds. Keep the potting mix moist at room temperature in a sunny place. You will see the gourd seedlings grow out in few days. Congratulations! You have successfully started your gourd seeds. With some more care, your garden will be full with these healthy and delicious gourd for this summer. Enjoy! I hope you find this video helpful. If you have any questions when you germinate your seeds, please don't hesitate to email, call, or post your questions on asiangardentotable.com. We are very happy to help. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.